Yeah.
I promise I'm not too
Rolling.
different.
Listen.
I'm also not going to be here.
I know,
so.
you're wubbying.
Yep.
Enjoy.
Wubbying.
Your hubby is a wubby.
It's a verb at this point.
I'm a little jealous.
That he has a wubby?
No, that I'm not also wubbying.
Oh.
That's okay.
Sorry.
That's okay.
We can stop. Who needs this?
Okay, bye, guys. Thank you for coming to this week's episode.
I wish that my brain would allow me to be interested in streamers. But
Yes.
that form of content does not entertain me.
Really?
I have tried so much since we started the podcast.
Yeah.
Because when we were here in the very beginning, I feel like he tested me on a bunch of different streamers to see what I would like. I do love Hassan, but it's because
He hot.
Do you follow him on TikTok, by the way?
No.
It's just straight thirst traps.
I
Oh,
don't
it is.
follow any streamer on TikTok.
Oh.
It's a very different Hassan, let me tell you.
Yeah.
And the comments are thirsty.
As they should be.
Yes. He will literally just be like, I wore these overalls and now I'm going to go roll in the dirt. Like just the most innocuous, weird thing, random thing. He's not trying to do a thirst trap. And everyone is just like, don't tell me the color of anything. I love when men. I'm like, okay, ladies.
Oh, my.
But I also understand.
Yeah.
He's a beautiful man.
Yeah. I will say, they have their time. Like, sometimes they're really entertaining, and at other times it's like, okay, this is
Too much.
a bit boring. But
Yeah.
they're live, so what do you expect?
Yeah.
It can't be.
Can't be on all the time.
No.
And I like longer form content. And a lot of the YouTubers that I do watch are longer form content, but it's still edited.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think just like the longer you watch a certain person, the more you feel like you get to know them
Yeah.
too, and you
Yeah.
get like the inside jokes and
Yeah.
whatever it might be. So then,
Flash the camera a little
get-
bit.
Oh.
Halsey's.
If you're on YouTube.
You got a little special treat.
What color was Halsey's bra? I'm just kidding. But I agree. Yeah, you become like this part of the fandom. You feel like
Yeah.
a family. Totally. I am not a long form content person though, because I think I've been working in social for so long
yeah.
that I am goldfish status. If you are not entertaining me in under 1 to 3 seconds, I'm scrolling past.
Yeah.
So streaming would not be for me.
Like right now, I've been a Smosh fan
Yeah.
since I was like 11. I don't know. Like they've been around a long time.
Yeah.
A long time.
And I definitely got like more back into them in just the last probably like 3 or 4 years,
Mhm.
even before Anthony came back to Smosh. But their longer form content, which is really mostly what they put out now, like
Right.
podcast, and they do a lot of fun things with their podcast and with their different episodes. Like one of their episodes this week was like 40 minutes of them doing Mario Party mini games in real
Oh.
life.
Oh,
How fun.
I kind of like that actually.
Yeah. So it's just like, and they were all in like Mario costumes.
That's
and
funny.
it was, yeah. Or they played, they'll play different games, but everybody's in a character.
Yeah.
So they did Guess Who, like
Yeah.
the board game, right? Or the little flip game. But they were all different versions of Batman.
Are there enough versions?
Yeah, well, there was like they were each different eras of Batman.
Oh, okay.
And then they were all the Batmans were playing together against one guy as Joker.
Oh, no.
That's cute.
Yeah. Or they did one where they were playing a game and they were all dressed as one of the cast members
Oh, funny.
and doing an impression of him
Yeah.
for the entire thing.
Yes.
So but he's also playing, so he's just getting roasted
Yes.
alive
Oh,
while
no.
they're trying to play. Yeah,
I like it.
That's so funny.
Speaking of Guess Who, did you see that someone on TikTok made Bravo Guess Who?
Oh, yeah. I'm surprised that's not already like a branded
It should be
thing.
a branded thing, honestly. Do you know what you play Guess Who?
I know, I guess who
Yeah,
is.
They just like took all of the stickers off and put the profiles of
Yeah.
a bunch of housewives, some summer house people, and then you
Oh,
have to
my.
like pretend to be that person so
That's
that they
so
understand.
So
funny.
fun.
I
I
like it.
love when people play Guess Who, but they do it instead of being like, does your person wear glasses? They do it of, would your person have voted for Trump?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Like they're just really like
Stereotyping and
obscure questions.
Would your person be a 40-year-old barista
yeah.
who lives in Brooklyn?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would your person be a hey mama's lesbian?
Yes. I like when we adultize the children's games.
Yeah.
Much more entertaining. Well, hey, welcome to Blood and Contracts. We are here for episode 30.
Hey.
We're in the 30s.
Wow.
And we're 30, not yet. No. But your birthday is coming up.
Hey.
Hi. Just a little personal talk.
Yeah.
Are you cool with us buying you your patio couch
Yeah.
that you put on the list? Okay, that's what we were all thinking.
Yeah. I didn't know if you guys were gonna do that or the ice machine.
Oh no.
No, it's okay. I'll buy myself the ice machine.
To be honest with you, I don't know
Yeah.
if you found this about your ice machine. Wow, this is a thrilling conversation. We had the very expensive GE
Yes.
one,
Yeah.
and the upkeep of trying to keep it alive and
yeah,
cleaned,
yeah.
and we live in California, so hard water. Arizona is going to be even
Oof,
worse.
Yeah, it's rough.
It's been you haven't had any issue.
No.
What the heck?
And I got a cheapie one. Mine was maybe $100.
Well, there you go.
I wish we would have spent that.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
The one downside is it doesn't keep it cold in the thing, so it'll melt, or you just toss it in the freezer.
Right.
Yeah.
Which is what
And the nice part though is it recycles that water.
Yeah.
So even if you forget it, it's gonna reuse that water again.
Yeah.
To make
And
ice.
I do I'll dump it out and wipe it out pretty frequently because I use it a lot. But
I will say my hard water is hard.
Mm.
My water is salty.
Ew.
Like if I make ice just straight from the sink instead of using my Brita to pour it into my ice trays, they are salty.
Ew.
So gross.
Is my water hard?
No, not that hard. I can tell the difference. Arizona water is thicker to me for some reason. Maybe there's more minerals. I don't know. But I don't drink the tap at home because it's just as terrifying to me.
No,
Like
I don't
there's
drink the
things
tap
in
here.
my water.
Oh,
I drink the tap in Colorado.
Yes.
I drink Arizona tap water.
Mm-mm.
Every
Built
day.
different.
Couldn't be me.
Build Ford. Build tough.
Ford. My intestines are Ford tough. If you are joining us on YouTube, please like this video right now. Like it right now.
Do it.
And then subscribe. Motherfucker.
Oh my.
Little Sabrina Carpenter for you.
We're angsty today.
Very.
Yeah.
And then if you are on a podcast platform, please make sure you're subscribed to our channel wherever you are. And then make sure you rate and review. If you don't want to leave a review, fine. You can actually just rate it and give us a few stars. We'd really appreciate it.
Preferably 5.
Yes, we have 15 reviews on Apple and they're all 5 stars.
Wow.
Thank you very
Nice.
much.
It's
We
15
appreciate
now.
it.
Interesting.
Yeah. The stars, not the reviews.
Oh, got it.
We only have
I was like, what
3
are you talking
reviews.
about?
I was like 15. I've read none of those. I did reply to a comment this morning from an account on YouTube.
Oh yeah, our
Our biggest fan?
Our biggest fan. And it's a hamster fan page. For
We
their own
talked-
hamster.
We talked about it this morning.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm really excited about it, but the hamster is dead.
Is
like
it?
a year ago.
I also feel like it's someone we know.
I don't know.
Who are you?
Who are you, Coco Hamster 8115?
Just called out.
Well, we gotta show them some love. They said that they loved our channel, immediately subscribed, and that they are our biggest fan, even though they are so small. Their heart is so big.
Yeah. Pumping that little hamster heart.
Yep.
But was he just sleeping or was he really dead?
I don't know.
God,
That's the
I can't think about that.
question of the year.
I know.
I don't know if you guys have seen this on TikTok, but evidently hamsters hibernate. Who knew?
Yeah.
So if you thought
Not
that they were
us.
dead,
Not us.
they
I
probably weren't.
Probably buried.
Yeah.
We definitely buried in Altoids cans.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good times.
That was fun.
Hey, today we're going to do some jar of questions, but we're also going to do a revisit on dating stories because now we need to tell our stories through 20 to 30. I'm going to do 20 to 29 because I have to be different. And all of our
I
stories.
guess technically mine is also 20 to 29 because I am 30 currently.
Yeah,
so
that's true. You're like daily journaling.
And really, yours
nothing
is 20 to
has happened.
23.
Yeah.
Yes. But let's start with a Jacques.
Do you want me to read one first?
You go, girl.
Yeah. We read them both last episode.
Oh, she
We
read
all
them.
did
Oh, you
one.
did? Oh, that's right. Duh. After
I kind of
mine.
like that too.
I don't have my glasses on.
Oh,
so-
fun. What an adventure.
If you could have any pet, real or mythical, what would it be?
Oh,
Ooh.
Buckbeak. Immediately.
A what?
Buckbeak.
Oh, from Harry Potter.
Oh.
The hippogriff.
Hippogriff.
Oh.
But I want Buckbeak.
Yeah.
Because he's Buckbeak. Come on. You get a horse and a bird that you get to ride. And he eats very small animals.
Mm.
And he protects you.
He eats like full pheasants.
I hate pheasants. Or ferrets.
Yeah, no.
He eats rodents. Love. All pluses in my mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And since magic is real based on our last episode.
You could have one.
Buckbeak.
I went to Totoro.
Ooh, Totoro. She doesn't know what that is.
It's from Studio Ghibli.
Yeah. I know that much.
Yeah, he's like a
bear.
kind of giant hamster bear thing. He's the big gray one. You've seen pictures.
Yeah.
He has a little umbrella.
And he has little ears.
Yeah, he has little ears. And he also I could ride on his back.
Mm-hmm.
Sleep on his belly. I think that's the part I want most. I want to sleep on his belly.
Yeah. She followed the character in My Neighbor Totoro falls asleep on his belly and doesn't realize that he is living.
Oh.
And then he starts to breathe and snore on her, and she's like, oh no.
She thought it was just like a rock. Basically.
Oh no.
Yeah.
He's so cute. And he comes with lots of friends.
Yeah.
Lots
cat bus.
Yeah, cat bus.
Which is a bus that is a cat.
And you can ride inside the cat bus.
Yeah.
And he goes
dangerous.
really fast. So dangerous.
Nice.
It also flies.
I like that both of ours are mythical so far.
I know. And so I'm like, okay, I need to come up with a mythical
No,
one.
you don't.
No.
Because we can also think of,
Well, I have both.
Ooh, tell us.
So for my mythical one, I feel like I would like a dragon of some sort of like either from like House of Dragon type situation
Okay,
or
cool,
like Toothless from How to Train Your Dragon.
Toothless. I love Toothless.
Yeah.
Never seen it, but I know who you're talking about.
Yeah. It's been a long time since I've seen it. I've also
And his teeth retract.
Are there multiple?
Yes.
I've only seen the first
There's
three
movies.
Jeez.
There's also a TV show.
Oh, good Lord.
Too much.
I love those movies. They make me cry.
I mean, what animated movie doesn't make anyone cry at this point?
That's true.
People are like full on sobbing in Inside Out 2 right now. Moms are going with their daughters and just racking breath, sobbing in theater seats.
Yeah.
I never seen the first one.
I just saw it a couple weeks ago, was sobbing on the couch.
Yeah. If you dealt with childhood depression,
Yeah.
Of any kind.
maybe don't watch Inside Out.
Yeah.
So yeah, my mythical would be like a dragon of some sort.
Love.
And you're real.
My real, well, I'm going in between. I feel like realistically, not realistic. I think having a giraffe would be pretty cool.
She's like, humpback whale.
Like a regular
whale.
I would want a whale, but the tank, too large.
Because the PR around it.
Yes. Yeah. Blackfish, you know, like
Oof.
Yeah, we don't need that.
in my front yard. No.
I like it. It's the front yard.
Not the backyard.
Yeah.
Well, the dogs need the backyard.
Well, also, I feel like the PR, paparazzi, all that deal, they'll be in the front yard.
Yeah.
My fish tank is in the back.
Oh, got it. You've thought this out.
So
You
Appreciate
have thought this out.
I've got a big backyard. You know.
There is room. There is room.
No pool, but
the logistics of it just seem a lot more
Yeah.
to prep.
I
But a
mean, maybe if
giraffe-
it was like an orca instead of a humpback.
True. I just saw a video though on TikTok. Like there were the orcas are getting very smart.
They're feisty.
And
Yeah,
they
they're feisty.
were very close to the shore, just jumping out of the water. I'll have to try to find it and show you. But all the sea lions and stuff are like trying to get up on shore because they're like,
oh my gosh,
Nope,
Yeah.
nope.
so scary.
I would like a penguin.
Penguin.
Ooh.
I would like really a baby penguin because I want them when they're so fluffy.
Penguin. I do love a baby fluffy penguin.
Yeah.
Cute.
Little happy feet.
Yeah.
moment. Only if it can also sing and dance.
Yeah. So mythical.
So mythical.
Great.
I want a car.
Did it say
too.
dream pet or dream animal?
If you could have any
Any animal.
pet.
Okay. I mean, my dream dog is Cocker Spaniel or
Oh.
King Charles
I
Spaniel.
was
Any
gonna-
of the Spaniels.
Yeah.
I just yearn to live a life of Lady and the Tramp. The donuts, the coffee, the dog, that house,
Mm-hmm.
her dresses.
The Victorian house.
The Victorian house.
Not the weird racist cats.
No.
The Siamese cats.
Oh.
They're Siamese, please.
It gets very problematic.
That
Well, it did come out.
yeah.
long time ago.
Yeah.
And, men wrote it.
Yeah.
They didn't know.
They didn't.
Uh,
Goodness.
I kind of liked last night where we just did the question and then did a thing.
Mhm.
So how do you feel about we do a question, then someone tells their story, and then we do another question, the next person tells their story?
Okay. I didn't really have like a
Story.
story to tell, but I can talk about myself for a minute.
Well, I can interview you. We can interview each other. How do you feel about
Either way.
that?
Yeah, my updates real quick.
Oh.
Nothing going on.
But I kind of want to grill you about who you want to date. Do you want to go first?
Sure.
The
I feel like mine
The pressure.
will be quick.
Okay, so for Halsey, she said, I've told my stories.
Mhm.
We're current.
Yeah.
So instead, I want to hear more about her current dating, what she's up to, how's the world of Tinder in Arizona,
Ugh.
and what do you want?
What do you want? Tinder. Well, so I'm on Tinder and Hinge.
Okay.
Which do you like better?
Um, for quality,
Yeah.
Hinge.
Really?
Quantity,
Ooh.
Tinder.
Because everyone's on
Yeah.
Tinder.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, no. I feel like the women that I meet on Hinge are a lot like more quality people. Like they're just more after like a significant thing, whereas a lot of people on Tinder are just like, well, the other hard part on Tinder is like every other person will be a dude, even though my settings aren't for that, or it'll be the most beautiful girl you've ever seen and her weird ass boyfriend, and then one a third.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Also, just this overall trend, and I don't know if this is just Arizona, I don't know if it's a generational thing or if it's everywhere, whatever.
Tell me.
The ethically non-monogamous crew.
Oh, that's gotten here?
Oh,
Welcome. That was all in Seattle.
it's been here, but it's just like imploded more.
Yeah.
And it's do what you're gonna do, be poly, I don't care. It works for some people. I have friends who are polyamorous and it does work for them.
Mhm.
And not for me. I am far too jealous of a person.
Yeah.
I'm good. I can focus. Also, I don't have enough energy to focus on more than one person. That's just
I couldn't do another man.
no.
And I wouldn't do another man.
Yeah.
James is plenty of man. But a lady, maybe. Who knows? Whatever happens in our 60s stays in our 60s.
Our 60s. Anyways, so it's just and it's obnoxious because it'll be so far down on their profile where
Oh, of
I've already
course.
like swiped in
Oh no.
and then I scroll down and I see like the abbreviations or whatever. I'm like, yeah, and then I go
Another
through
one.
the process of like unmatch, moving.
For maybe our more conservative or like
Yeah.
naive listener,
Yeah.
what is ethically non-monogamous?
So ethically non-monogamous is people who it's just another term for being polyamorous or being in open relationships.
Yeah.
So
consciously
choosing
non-monogamous.
to not be monogamous.
Yeah.
Which like to each their own.
Sure.
But also it's just really frustrating that it seems like it's everybody on these apps now. But also like meeting anybody outside of an app is just not a thing.
I mean, the one time that it happened to me, it ended up being a psychopath who
Yeah.
was married and lying his face off. So yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, I thought maybe like I would meet someone through like game night, but it's a bunch of queer dudes. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's a bunch of nerdy queers. I love it, but they're all men.
Okay, was it a tarot reading that you had where she said that you were going to meet your person here?
Yeah. Yeah, I did like a tarot / palm reading 2 years ago at Phoenix Comic-Con. What a sentence. And she told me that I would meet my person in Arizona, that she was taller than me and had long dark hair.
WNBA player, please do. Please do.
Phoenix Mercury, Phoenix Mercury, Phoenix Mercury.
Speak that into existence.
They don't even have to play for Phoenix Mercury. It could be a Sparks.
Did you see them at Megan Thee Stallion's concert?
Yes.
Oh my God. I died.
Megan was just here at the Footprint Center.
Oh.
And the whole team came out and was in like the front row.
Yeah. Including like Brittany Griner,
Griner.
like all the big players from Phoenix Mercury were there. But
so cute.
Wow.
And they all got to come out on stage and dance with her a little bit.
Yeah.
And then they invited her to the
fun.
game. I don't know if she's actually going to go, but
she should.
she absolutely should.
Anyways.
Okay. Who are you manifesting? Who
I
can we
mean,
be on the lookout for?
I'm manifesting tall, dark, and beautiful, but it's just not working out for me. I
Yeah.
keep dating small, blonde, and
Would you go on a gay
So-
cruise?
would I go? That involves having to go on a cruise.
But like, okay, I don't want to go on a cruise either.
Yeah.
But what if your queer married to a straight man sister came with you and was like your wing woman?
It just sounds like my personal hell.
Oh no.
Not you being my wing woman, but just like being stuck on a boat with you.
Dear God. We wouldn't be in the same room.
Yeah, we would be. I can't afford us to be in
Oh.
separate ones.
That's unfortunate. I
Yeah.
will not be going on that cruise.
Okay.
We can't share a room.
No.
Actually, I think I'm busy that.
Yeah.
week.
For those that may not know, Halsey and I shared a room until I was almost 18.
That
And
long?
I was 10.
Uh-huh.
I was 10. She was 17.
Yeah.
That's not a fun time.
And I moved out at 20.
Yeah.
So she only got like 3 years by
Yeah.
herself.
That for free.
Yeah.
For free.
For
For
free.
free.
So we just cannot do it.
I know.
No.
Too much.
We love each other so much, but
Not that much.
the best thing that ever happened to Bailey and I was her moving across the country.
No, it really was. Our relationship completely shifted within a couple years of me
Yeah.
leaving.
Well,
Yeah.
also like me getting into my 20s
Yes.
and gaining independence in a lot of
Yeah.
ways. And yeah.
I feel like people
Yeah.
underestimate that age difference. They were
Yeah.
just like, oh, it's just 7 years. I'm like, 7 years is big. Okay.
Especially when you're a junior in high school
Yeah.
and a 5th grader.
Yeah.
That's just not
Mhm.
the same life
Like
experience.
I'm sneaking watching True Blood and rewinding sex scenes on my laptop,
Oh.
you know, because I'm like, what is sex?
Yeah.
And then I've got my 8-year-old sister being like, what you doing? Can I come hang out? Are your friends coming
Do
over?
you want to play Polly Pocket?
Can you shoot you on dish? Like, no. Get out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
God
there
bless him.
was at one point a tape barrier.
Painter's
Oh,
tape.
I think there was a
Yeah.
very short amount of time that me and my middle sister shared a room, and
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure we tried to put tape at some point, but
There was no trying. It was there. I was not allowed to cross it.
oh no.
Because I also had like very organized, clean, and then I was this little like ADHD hobgoblin in the corner.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
just wanted to read Harry Potter in peace.
Yeah.
And noise canceling headphones,
is
they
that
weren't
too
there
much?
yet.
No.
No.
Mm-mm.
I just wanted her to read Angelina Ballerina with me.
You want to play with my Angelina Ballerina? A rat? You want me to play with a rat? No.
She was a mouse.
Correction.
I think.
PR.
PR. She was a mouse.
She was a white mouse, but
Yeah.
with a long tail.
Yeah.
That's a rat.
For twirling.
Do mice not have long tails?
They do. They're
But
not
this
that
one was-
long.
Yeah.
Oh.
And she used it for balance and twirling.
Oh.
That's a rat.
Oh, Angelina
What
Ballerina
skill?
was
I will
my
say
fave.
the
The
physical
dolls,
dolls were the coolest dolls.
Yeah.
They were like little puppets. They were the perfect little size. And they looked just like the cartoon,
Oh.
as if it was realized in real life.
And I had this like her kitchen set,
Mm.
which had like an old style, like because she's British.
As
Of course, as,
you are.
as one does. And her dance teacher was French, and I just oh, it's so good. And the colors like were very pastels
Pastels.
and pretty, and then her best friend was a little brown mouse.
In the front?
Was this like on PBS or something?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you didn't watch it.
I did watch PBS,
But not
but
that.
I didn't because I watched like Arthur
Yeah.
Yeah.
and Recess and stuff
I'm
like
pretty.
that.
I'm
but
like 90% sure it was PBS too. But yeah,
it sounds
they've revamped it now.
Oh, it's still around?
It's awful.
No.
It's not good. The animation style is.
Oh, no. The animation
Creepy.
was like the best part.
I know because it looked like the like watercolor drawings.
oh.
If I'm not mistaken, I don't think I'm making this up. You know how Bluey is New Zealand? It's from
It's Australia, New
it's
Zealand.
from BBC.
Mhm.
But it goes into our PBS channels because
Mhm.
we're allowed to share across the waters. I think Angelina Ballerina was the same thing. It was like a
Yeah.
BBC cartoon that we also got in our PBS.
Mhm.
Oh,
They like purchased it.
nice.
That's why a lot of like children's shows we grew up with were mostly Canadian
Yeah.
because they were shared.
Oh,
Yeah, like I think Big Comfy Couch was Canadian.
Big comfy couch.
Love it. There's a brand that is now making like adult and they have a big comfy couch sweatshirt that is the dust bunnies.
Oh no.
And I think I might need it.
I saw a TikTok recently that was like, I'm regretting not doing the like clock stretch with
Oh
her.
yeah.
Now that I'm 30, like
Yeah.
We need to revert back.
yeah,
Yeah.
I should have been stretching.
And they actually got her for the advertising.
For the
Oh,
adult stuff.
wow.
I've seen it on TikTok. It's
Yeah.
pretty great. I gotta say.
I
How did we
loved
get
that
here?
show.
How did we get here?
My
Why is
dating
Halsey
Sharing a
single?
room.
Why is Halsey single?
The big comfy
I
couch.
can't share a room. No, I'm kidding. No, so dating is just
Like, what do you want to do? Do you want to go to a lesbian bar this week with me? You want to try it on for size?
I've been to the lesbian
Not with
bar
me?
in Arizona.
Not with your wing woman.
So here's the thing with the lesbian bar in Arizona. First of all, there's one.
Charlie's.
No,
That's
boycott. Charlie's is a gay bar where I have to pay to get in, even though I'm a queer person.
Ew.
Because I am feminine, I have to pay to
How rude.
pay a cover charge.
what?
Yeah.
No. Pass.
Anyways, Boycott is one of, so there's less than 25 lesbian bars in all of the country. Boycott is one of them. It is the only one in Arizona. It's great. I know I've met the owner. She's really nice. And it's a great little bar. It is little. It is one room.
Cute.
Yeah, with a bar and a dance area and a bathroom. And like they have like a little patio back area, and then it doesn't get lively until after midnight.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. So no.
Okay, so what you're telling me is we need to open a lesbian or queer consumption lounge here in Phoenix.
Yeah.
I want to open a consumption lounge so bad.
Here's the other thing is that I don't really drink anymore.
No, I know.
So like, but so much of like queer spaces are bars and
Yeah.
are like heavily influenced on drinking, whatever, like partying and stuff. And I just, I'm getting too old for that shit.
Mm.
And I don't really drink anymore. And so it's just not like, I don't like being around drunk people. They
Yeah.
just bug me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you're starting off a relationship and or friendship at
Yeah.
a level that both of you you're not on the same level.
Yeah.
Someone is like putting it on because they're intoxicated.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
And every time I've ever been to Boycott, everyone, the age demographic is so weird there. It's either women way older than me.
Oh.
It's like all the old lesbians of Phoenix. I'm good. Like way old. Like in their 40s. I'm not dating someone in their 40s.
That's not that bad.
I'm in my 20s.
Excuse me.
It's a sugar mama.
Just kidding.
Let's go.
No. This is a sugar mama who looks like Boo from Orange is the New Black.
I'm into it. Listen.
Good. Not that there's anything wrong with butch lesbians. I love butch lesbians. They're
Also,
great.
Boo has Riz. I love
She does.
her.
Boo does have Riz. Anyways,
Oh,
or it's girls who are like barely legal, barely 21.
Ew.
Where I'm like, no.
no.
You're a child. Yeah.
Oh God. Okay,
Yeah.
well, maybe we'll get on Tinder this week
Yeah.
and I swipe it up. I love doing that for my friends.
Anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah. So no, I'm just dating
hanging
and
out.
I'm just hanging out.
You're hanging out.
It's me and my cat. We're doing great.
Okay. Well, I still want to open a consumption lounge. I want to open like something like First Draft Book Bar.
Mhm.
That's not a bar.
Mhm.
Lots of couches, 70s style, so you can like lounge and just be outside patio, misters, fans, smoking. Yeah. You could just hang out all day. And it can also be queer.
Yeah.
Accepting of everybody.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
Cool. Do you want to pick a jock?
Sure.
Thanks for your dating updates.
You're welcome. That went way longer than I meant it to. I apologize.
Well, we did get off onto a Angelina Ballerina offshoot rabbit trail.
Interesting. They say, oh, I got the hiccups. I'm so sorry. They say it takes 10,000 hours to become an expert. If you could complete 10,000 hours of one skill, what would it be?
Ooh.
Learning a language.
Stock trading. I would pick like the most boring thing that can make me very wealthy. Personally.
But do I have to actually complete the 10,000 hours, or do I just get to?
I think it's like an
$10,000
immediate
just know it.
download.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Another language.
Okay.
I would be fluent in Spanish.
Okay.
Your guys's were both so
Fast.
like, practical.
Oh. Figure skating.
What you got, girl? Tell us.
I want to do my nails.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Kelli
like it.
has a dream to be the next nail artiste
Yeah,
I like it.
for this
You could be
week.
like,
for this week.
I get in these hyperfixation
Same.
modes. There's something in my eye. And right now I'm really big into nails.
But also,
you've been into nails
yeah.
though. Like, I feel like it's not new
Yeah, but I'm like
in it now.
serious now.
I love it.
You married
So,
the right husband.
I know.
Mhm.
But he keeps telling me, he's like, just take a minute.
Yeah.
Take it.
But I'm
slow.
like, I'm going to go full force and like
Yeah.
go for it. And he's like, well, maybe you should pay off your debt from your student loans before you like try to
But
go
you
to
get-
school and like
I feel
do
that.
something. I'm like, but I could make the money to do that if
True.
I do this.
True. And tips, tax free.
Yeah.
And honestly, most of the nail estheticians and techs that I've met or worked with make the majority of their money on tips.
Mhm.
So they're rolling in it.
Yeah.
Cash wise.
You have to pay taxes on tips. You have to claim. Okay. Let's not give tax advice on this podcast.
$20. What in God's green earth is making you say someone gave me this $20, Mr. President? Not I. No.
So I don't know, but also like on TikTok, because there will be techs that will post like, oh, here's my 4-set day
Yeah.
and what I got paid, and they'll like break
Yeah.
down how much. It's like, yeah, most of it obviously is like, oh, you wanted this shape, you wanted this product, whatever
Right.
it is, but I got a $20 tip on it, or
Mhm.
yeah.
My only Debbie
Doing-
Downer moment for you with this,
Yeah.
is how hard it is on your back.
I know.
Oh, I
All
didn't
nail
think of
techs
that.
I know have screwed backs.
I've seen that too, and
Mm.
like there's a few girls on TikTok that are like, if I have a long day, like they'll wear like a waist trainer
Yeah.
to help
Gosh.
just keep them like
Propped.
propped up and
Yeah.
stuff.
Tattoo artists, nail techs, because they hunch over all day.
Oh, yeah. That wouldn't be good for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But when I do the math on
I can have back surgery if I'm a nail tech.
True. but when I do the math, and obviously like some of this money I would have to take for taxes and like upkeep product
Yes.
and studio, wherever this would end up being.
Yeah.
But when their one day is 3 times what my one day is.
Yeah. Also,
And
what
I
if-
only have to talk to 4 people?
amen. And what if those 4 people are like celebrities at some point? What if
I
you get to
know.
travel around the country and be the nail tech for for Jennifer Aniston who's on vacation in Bali?
The dream.
The dream.
Like, okay, Jen, let's go.
I mean, there are some celebrities that literally have, hairstylists that travel with them,
Yeah.
makeup artists that travel with them, nail techs that travel with them, a whole
Yeah.
crew. What if you become a Bravo nail tech?
I would
the-
love it.
And all the Summer House girlies just like need you for
Yeah.
their photo shoots.
Paige. Amanda.
Paige. And her nails are phenomenal.
Yeah.
Ugh. Have you been watching her vacation TikToks? She's on vacation with her parents right now. And I'm pretty sure Craig is not with her.
I don't think he is either. I
think-
didn't know that she was on vacation, but
Are
I'm
they
pretty
still
sure he's not.
together?
Yes.
Okay.
I hope so.
Well, I don't know, man. Last season, she's starting to piss me off, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
That man is not moving to New York. He is, he's in his gardening era.
Yeah.
He is deep in it. Okay. We're like when he started sewing, that's how deep he is in gardening.
Yeah.
And he is making that house his home and he
Mhm.
ain't leaving. He's like, he's being daddy to these little bean sprouts right now and like pruning them with tweezers. I'm like, that man is not moving to New York. I'm sorry.
Ain't no way.
Ain't
No.
no way.
Can't do that in an apartment
No.
in New York City.
No. In
Do
her
you
one
imagine
bedroom
like a little
apartment.
balcony? Just like,
A little
so
hydroponic
sad.
in a closet.
He would do it though.
Yeah,
I think he really
absolutely.
would.
But also, he's never like said, "Oh, I'm gonna move," and he's always been pretty adamant that he wants to stay. That's where his business is. So
I wouldn't either.
who knows?
I've never been to Charleston. I can't say that, but it doesn't look like a place I would like to be. It just looks so hot and humid all the time.
Yeah, all the time.
And if it's not hot and humid, it's raining.
And that adds to the humidity.
Yeah, can't do it.
Yeah.
There's too much Lily Pulitzer walking around.
Hey, Bailey. What was dating for you like in your 20s?
Oh, me next, not Kelli next?
I don't know.
Okay, I'll go.
Either or.
Okay, so yeah, I'm going to talk about 20 to 29. Between 20 and 25, I was actually still in Phoenix. Going through it. I was only online dating. Tinder was very new. And like a couple of, like plenty of fish. eHarmony.
Yeah.
I had like a little weird fling when I was a senior in high school with a guy in Texas.
You told us about it.
Yeah. Very strange.
Yeah.
Wonder where he is now. Not the Montana guy.
No, you told us about Texas too, though.
Okay, great. Where I would walk around the park and talk to him?
Yeah.
Cool. I would call the dates that I went on pity dates with men that I had the balls to ask on dates, which don't know how I had the confidence for that back then, but evidently I did. I think it was just delusion. Lots of situationships coming out of college. And I feel like I was always holding myself back because I didn't want to be stuck here. We've definitely talked about that. Also between 20 and 25, I think this was the years where I realized that I was bisexual, and I was terrified of the fact that I was bisexual because I was starting to have adult female relationships that I hadn't grown up with. Like they were new relationships and being like, I think I could kiss you right now, but that weirds me out. So we're just going to bury that far down and not think about it because I was petrified because I was still very much in the church during this era. And being told like what I should want for my life and being told that I shouldn't leave Phoenix, that this was my home and that I should find a nice man and make a nice home and make babies for him. While at the same time being like, that sounds awful to me. I don't want that.
Yeah.
But I might also like girls. I am confuzzled. All my friends during this time, for the most part, were all older than me, other than like my childhood friends. And they were all getting married and or already married and having lots of babies. So I feel like their idea of what life should look like and what their expectations for me were being very forced upon me, to the point that when I said that I was moving, a lot of these friendships basically said, well, F you. You aren't, I don't accept that for you. I'm very disappointed in you. I think you'll be back within the next year. I don't think this is a good idea. I don't think this is what God has for you. And just so much
bold of you to assume you know what God wants for me.
And honestly, or bold of you to assume that God exists in general. That's a whole other discussion. But also all these people who were telling me that were all miserable in their own lives.
Yeah.
Like I'm looking at them very in my brain, very honestly being like, but you are not happy. Why would I want that? Why would you want that for me? And you're also not being honest with yourself on how happy or not you are.
You and your husband don't like each other.
Yeah.
Literally. You spend the majority of the time that you talk about him talking either down on him or telling me the latest drama of the thing that he's putting you and your family through.
Yeah.
Why would I want that?
I don't like that.
I don't like that at all. So I got out.
Yeah.
25 was like the blow up year and I booked it. And then 25 to 29 were, quote, my Seattle holidays. As many people do when they move out of their hometown, I just saw that move as my chance to like rewrite everything about myself, completely wash away everything that I was told to become, and instead start experimenting and testing the boundaries of everything. However, I still didn't date girls. I think
I was just about to ask you.
Yeah, I was still too petrified that my family would find out.
Yeah.
And then honestly, that my mom would find out. I was very scared. Halsey hadn't come out yet. I was very scared to like be different in that way and then have to explain that to my mom because I don't know, there's something about being a firstborn daughter and like the expectations that parents have for that firstborn daughter of like, you will become the thing that we have built you up to be this
Yeah.
beacon of hope. And I'm like, what if I want to kiss a lady? Is that part of your beacon of hope? I don't know.
No, yeah.
Who's to say?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I did. So speaking of polyamory, I went on a few dates with polyamorous couples. I never slept with any of them. I just kind of tried it on for size to be like, what does this feel like? And I also was, because I was so sheltered my entire adolescence, teenage, adulthood, I was like, I want to see like all these different worlds. Like I want to hear and learn about all these different experiences. I may not want to experience them, but I just want to interview you. I want to take it all in.
Yeah. AKA Bailey's inner journalist came out.
Tell me the things.
What is it like?
What is it like? What would it look like if I was part of this? I definitely found a lot of confidence in these first couple of years because before I had moved, I'd lost a big chunk of weight and didn't recognize myself by the time that I moved. So again, it just fit this narrative for me that I could become someone completely different. So it made me very bold, but it also made me very I was a dangerous dater. When I moved, I was already on the apps before I moved. I had like dates lined up by the time that I got there. When my mom left, like that next week I had 3 dates.
Oh my gosh.
Cause I was like, let's go. Time to find husband. So I immediately started swiping and dating. I went on so many fun dates in that first 6 months. And then I met who would be my very first boyfriend. Okay. The saga of the island boy. We met on Tinder. He he literally lived on an island. When I explained this to one of my best friends back then in Phoenix, I was like, yeah, I met him. He lives on X island. She's like, wait, you mean like by Jamaica? Like what? There's islands up there? I was like, yeah, there's a little set of islands right before you get to Canada. And he lives there. And how we got connected, no idea. But here we are.
Yeah.
We met, had a great first date. I was enthralled by him and was just flabbergasted that someone that he looked like back then would like me. And I remember texting my mom. He went to the bathroom. I texted my mom. I was like, I found my boyfriend. This is it. We're going to fall in love. That was like a Tuesday or a Wednesday. That next Saturday, I was up on the island for the first time, spending a weekend there. And it's
so fast.
So fast, dude. I was going to make it happen because first of all, his life was so different than anything I could ever have thought of.
Yeah.
And it felt like a romance novel. Like it felt, first of all, the town that he lives in is Stars Hollow to the max. It's the PNW of Stars Hollow. Everyone knows everybody. Everybody is in everybody's business. So within an hour of me arriving on the island and him picking me up, people were already texting him. Who's with you? Who's that girl? Who'd you bring? Why is she here? Are you related? Is she a date? Within an hour.
Oh my gosh.
His mom knew within 4 hours and called him to be like, who are you with? What are you doing today? What's up?
Also, you're an adult man, so why is...
But that's what that yeah.
Peter Pan men to the nth degree.
Every single man on that island.
Yeah. They just don't grow up.
No.
They work these podunk jobs, no offense, and they never want to leave.
Yeah.
And they want people to cater to them, come to them, and be enveloped in their life because they don't want to go to the real world.
Yeah.
It's insane.
So more often did you go...
Oh, yeah.
Stay with him versus him coming to the city?
Yes. And it was to not only the detriment of our relationship, but it was to the point when we did break up, one of the main issues because... Let me back up.
Sorry, I jumped the...
No, it's a great question because yes, I would go up every single weekend. So I immediately went from building my own community, being my own person, trying to just experience life. Yeah.
How far is it?
Great question. 4-hour drive.
4-hour drive?
4-hour drive.
And
then you park and then you run to the ferry for an hour to 2-hour journey to get to the island because his island is the last island. It's the big island and it's the last stop. But because of the ferry system, they rarely have ferries that go direct to each island. You have to stop along the way. So I would have to dock at 2 to 3 other islands before I got to his. So I would leave 5 p.m.
It was much closer than this.
No.
5 p.m. on a Friday, I would leave from the office, get up to Anacortes, park at Anacortes, get on the ferry, and I would get to his island by between 11 and midnight.
And it would be like the last ferry of the day.
Yep.
And if you miss it, then
I'm
you're
done.
stuck in Anacortes for the night.
I never missed it because I was a Virgo, and I planned to the T. If I had time to get a snack, I would take snacks. If I didn't have time to get a snack, I also worked south of the city at that point. I worked in Kent. So I was driving an extra hour on other than the city because I had to go pass through the city to get up to Anacortes. Yeah. He would come down
once a month.
Maybe once a month.
Yeah.
And he didn't start coming down until I had my apartment. So I met him when I was still living with my aunt and uncle, by the way. Within the month of meeting him, I found an apartment and moved. And because he helped me move, thanks. 4 whole boxes and a mattress. Woo! But what's sad for me, the biggest regret that I have, because I don't really regret dating him. I experienced a lot of things and figured out a lot of things about myself and what I actually wanted by dating him.
Mm-hmm.
I regret that I dated him as long as I did. And I regret that by dating him meant I ruined any chance of establishing my community from the first year on, because then my community became the island of this whole group of people who did not want the things that I wanted.
No.
Were all extremely depressed because they lived in this existence of like Groundhog's Day.
Yeah.
It was so strange.
Yeah, living there was a weird time.
It was so weird. But I will say, like, it's still one of my favorite places in the world.
Yeah. Oh,
I love that island.
Beautiful.
And I haven't been back since. I haven't been back since the day that I found out he was cheating. And I got on the ferry and went home that morning. And it breaks my heart. James and I have actually tried to go. We tried to go with Rob one year, and the ferries were broken down, and if we didn't have a reservation, we weren't allowed to get on, so we couldn't get on to a ferry that day, so we just went home, and we never tried again. But it makes me sad that I never got to take him, because there are so many places on that island that I just are right here in my heart. It's such a strange little artist community.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
It's beautiful.
It's where Chris Pratt lives.
Really?
Yeah, it's where he has his big ranch with his little private lake.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. So I'm walking around all the time.
interesting.
You go to all the breweries that we used to go to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this dude was not a good dude. He was super controlling. He had very little self-confidence. So like any kind of confidence that he witnessed in the people around him, he was either jealous of or he would put down so that we wouldn't have confidence.
Yeah.
And I'm not just like talking about me. I mean like his friends too.
Yeah.
He
and me.
Yeah. Yeah, very emotionally abusive, put me into my eating disorder again because he was ashamed of how fat I was, even though I was I'm smaller now, but I was the skinniest I had ever been back then.
Yeah.
And would watch whatever I was eating and comment on everything that I was eating. Anytime that I had put like a pound on, he would know and he would say something.
Yucky.
Yeah, very yucky. Made me feel very, very small. And then 8 months into us dating, he started getting back on the apps and talking to people online and emotionally cheating on me for about half of the rest of our relationship. I had no idea.
Yeah.
There was one day where I saw a Tinder notification come up, and it was like 6 months into our relationship. I was like, why do you still have Tinder on your phone? And he showed me the notification. He's like, it's nothing. Like, I'm not active on it. It was just like, come swipe today. One of those like weird marketing ones. And I was like, okay, well, can you just delete it? And he's like, yeah, of course I'll delete it. He never deleted it. What he did was he put it in a hidden folder with all his other dating apps.
Well, now you can just like remove it from the home screen, but still keep it on your phone.
Exactly. Oh, and he had an Android. So of course I didn't know how to use it.
Red flag, number one.
Number one.
Yeah.
Yeah, the blow up was I was up for a weekend. We were a year and a half into our relationship. And even though at our anniversary, I knew that we were going to break up.
Yeah.
I just didn't want to be the one to do it because I really thought that if I broke up with him, he would kill himself because he had already threatened a few times in the past. And he talked about suicide constantly because a lot of people commit suicide on that island because, again, they just have no lives. It's very sad.
Yeah.
So I was terrified of what he would do to himself.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, he's cheating for months on end. And I had no idea. He went to work one night. His phone was on the coffee table. He never ever left his phone out anywhere. I never could see it. He wouldn't, if he showed me a picture, he wouldn't even let me touch the phone. He would just hold it up to me. So he left it. I figured out his password because I was like, I'm going to find something. I just know I have girl gut. There's something in this phone, and I found everything. And he was on a specific, I'm blasting him. I don't give a fuck. He was on a specific apps for trans people because he was interested in trans women.
Oh, great. A chaser.
Very much so. And like very closeted about it and not open about it. So when he got home that night, I was on the couch and I had some questions.
Yeah.
And I was, of course, very upset. And the biggest like on fire flag was that he was ashamed but quiet and not willing to like talk about anything. He just realized like, oh, it finally happened. This is the thing that's going to end us. And it did. And I was like, I don't want to talk to you for like a week. I need like a minute. I went home and I called him like that Thursday night to be like, hey, let's talk. And he was at a bar with a bunch of his friends, just having a grand old time. He's like, I'll call you later. And I was like, don't. I'm keeping the air conditioning.
Bye.
Yeah. Haven't talked to him since. Hope you have the life you deserve. So after that, between 27 and 29, we call this the dangerous dating era of Bailey. Unsafe dating, not telling my friends where I'm going, not giving enough information about the people that I'm dating anyone that I want to, could care less about my own livelihood or safety. Very scary positions that I probably shouldn't be alive today, to be perfectly honest. So please learn from me. Give your location to your friends, have a safe spot to go to, have like a safe word to text, like whatever you need to do, prepare yourself in some way, because I was very depressed. I had started gaining weight like the second we broke up because I was like, oh, I can have food again because no one's watching me. And I just needed validation in all the worst ways. But then I turned 29. That Christmas, we had our first Christmas on the coast. That was like one of my favorite Christmases ever. Not ours, but the one with me and my mom and Halsey. And I remember that
the one with you was also great.
It was great.
No, I know which one
There's
you're talking
about. It was just such a like female centric holiday. It was just so nice and so lovely. And and it was like Nancy Meyers spit out a holiday for our family. It was just so wonderful. And I remember
season 2 of
Mrs. Maisel.
Mrs. Maisel.
And that little cottage was just so cute. But they left and I had like 3 or 4 days by myself in this house going into the new year. And I was just like, I think this next year my life will shift. I don't know why. Yeah. But I just feel like this sense of peace that I don't need to do what I've been doing. I had started like deleting the apps or just being way more careful with who I was actually choosing to spend my time with. And yeah, going into that new year of 2019, I just knew that something different was happening. And I matched with James that at the end of April. And everything changed. Yeah. After that. And my hoe days were done.
You were a hoe?
No mo.
Yeah. And in the last 6.5 minutes, Kelli, what was dating like in your 20s?
We've not been talking that much.
Yeah.
Holy moly.
We talked about PBS for a really long time.
I can't see the clock.
That's
okay. A problem.
It's all good.
I was young. I got married.
No.
And here I am.
We can go over.
I met Jansen when I was 21.
Yeah.
And I was in college still. And I was really, a lot of my friends in college weren't really dating. And I was of the first.
Really?
In that group. Among the first few to get married first. So we were very much
trendsetters.
The only ones. And because I met him towards the end of my junior year. So for our first year of for our first year of dating, I was a senior, finishing school and starting a job. I was in that job. I had interned, but was there for 6 months as like a full-time employee at that point. And then we got engaged. And there were just so many changes and we were very broke all through dating and through our first 5 years of marriage.
Yeah.
That it was not easy.
Yeah.
That added a lot of stress. Us just trying to figure out how to be married together caused a lot of stress. But yeah, just trying to juggle all the new things because it was constantly changing. I feel like that took up a lot of.
You had to grow up together.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, 21, like I didn't even know what I wanted. And like I had started on Tinder as what, like I did pretty much most of the dating apps and stuff, but like ended up Tinder wise finding him, and it just kind of worked out. But I feel like I've lost my whole train of thought because I'm trying to
Please
talk
don't go
quickly.
Don't worry about the timing.
Yeah.
We can go over.
I want to hear things.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I feel like the beginning of our relationship, dating wise, and even into our first few years of marriage was pretty lonely because of that, of not having other married couples that we would really hang out with. Most of my friends from college moved to either different states or different parts of the city that were on the opposite side, so it was couldn't really hang out. And I feel like with school, my senior year, I had lived off campus my last year, and I felt like that kind of started a bit of a divide between me and my friends.
Yeah.
Just because, I mean, I was still on campus every day for class and everything, but I feel like I missed out on a lot of activities because I didn't live on campus, so I get that. It feels like I became a little bit of an afterthought, which, to be fair, but I was like, I'll drive to school, like live 10 minutes away,
I'll be there.
But so trying to find friends and find married couples that like we both got along with both people. It's so hard. Yeah. So
I've tried every which way.
Still, it's like we do have more friends now, and we do get along with the couples, and we've found a group, but it took a while to get to that point.
Yes.
But
I also don't know if Phoenix is really set up for adapting adult friendships like that.
Yeah.
I think we all just stay in our little air conditioned hubs, and like we don't need to see each other.
Yeah. And yes,
you stay in your bubble.
Yeah.
It's so spread out. Like the interstates, the highways and everything, they feel like are good compared to most states.
I agree.
And so it is easy to get to the other side of town, but we're still so far.
Right.
But because like even now we'll go to Chandler a lot.
Yeah.
Just to hang out because it's nice over there, and there's good shopping and good food, and most of our friends live on the east side of town, and so we get so excited to go over there. We're like, oh, I wish we knew that this was there when we lived over here or whatever. Right. It's like, well, it was here. We just didn't have any money to do anything.
Yeah. So you're fully apartment poor at that point.
Apartment poor. We both had started new jobs right after we got married, or like around the time that we were getting married and stuff. So it was just so much change and so much stress that we...
And then you got a puppy.
We celebrated our 1-year anniversary, went on our honeymoon, came home, got Archie that weekend.
Oh my God. That's crazy.
So that was the bright point.
Yeah.
But
do you feel like you guys really became the homebodies that you are today? Like it was being crafted back then, especially financially, like we can't spend money. Let us just stay within these walls.
I think so. I think it kind of all led to that because we didn't have any money. If we did, and because it was so hot, we would go to Target or Best Buy or the mall. Like we were going to stores to spend whatever money we had, not intentionally, but we're there. So it's like now we're spending the money. We want to do something to get out of the house. And I think because of that, and then not having a ton of couple friends, and then the pandemic was like, we're home, we're good.
We're never leaving.
The pandemic, and then you bought a house right
as it was starting,
as the pandemic was starting, and
so I felt like we were, I think, getting better in our relationship towards, because I think it was really just like the first and second year that we still liked each other. We
Sure.
just had some growing pains.
Yeah.
And so then by the time we lived in Chandler, we were doing better communication wise and figuring out how to be together
Yeah.
all the time. And then
You just need to get out of Peoria. That was
Yes.
the curse.
ugh, yeah, it was not.
That area is nasty.
It is nasty. There's too much right there.
It's
Yeah.
overwhelming.
Yeah.
And for what?
I hate it.
All it is like capitalism central. I
Uh-huh.
it couldn't be me.
Like, a mall, stadiums,
Yeah.
another mall,
So many
more
malls.
stadiums.
Car dealerships,
Yeah.
movie theaters.
And then only chain restaurants.
Yeah.
All the fast food,
Yeah.
Olive Garden, all the chains.
Except they have Eric and Butcher.
Eric and Butcher is a chain.
I know, but there's only like 2 of them.
yeah.
What was I going to ask you? Shoot, I had a question. Do you have some nostalgia for those years though, because they made you guys what you are today? Or do you feel like you would have changed X, Y, and Z?
I think I do have nostalgia for them because I don't think that our relationship would be the same without them.
Yeah.
Because I'm repeating myself a little bit because I
Mm.
asked on spousal,
Yeah.
like to Jansen, if like, do you think we got married too soon?
Oh, yeah,
Or
yeah.
like, do you wish we would have waited to get married? And like, truthfully, I don't think we would have stayed together.
Yeah.
If we had waited to get married. Which then I'm like, is that even a good sign that like, oh, we got.
But you would have been
It
different
felt-
people.
Yeah, and it felt a little bit that we were getting married out of necessity. Not that we didn't want to,
Yeah.
but the timing of the whole timeline of it all
Yeah.
wasn't really our choice, but it was what worked.
Yeah.
And so we had to kind of roll with that. But I think it definitely made us who we are.
Right?
And I don't think we would have had this close of a relationship now if we hadn't have figured out how it shouldn't have been, really.
Yeah. You needed to go through hell to find the heaven on the other
Yeah.
side. Were you surprised with how much marriage changed your guys' relationship? Looking back now?
Honestly, yeah, because I didn't feel like it would
Right?
be any sort of change.
I
I was like,
know.
oh, you're around a lot more.
Yeah.
We were already spending a ton of time together. So,
Right.
like, it's not going to feel that different. But
Right. It'll just feel more permanent.
yeah, but now all your stuff is here. All my stuff is here. You're like,
Yes.
I'm seeing you at every moment. And like, man, you burp a lot. Like,
Wow, you have lots of gas things happening all the time.
yeah. So
That's
there's
hilarious.
just,
Carlins, we got gastric issues.
listen, I think it's rubbed off because
I'm
like,
so
Yeah,
sorry.
you're so burpy.
It's a microbiome
I need,
because you share microbiome with the people that you do
it
life with.
is, yeah.
So strange.
I need a biotic of some sort to.
Bye.
Maybe some kombucha.
Yeah, I do take a probiotic every day
Yeah.
these days.
Good
So
job.
Nice.
Gotta
When
get
I
those
remember.
cultures.
And your poppy sodas.
yeah,
Yeah.
I haven't had any in so long.
Oh, we need to get
I
you a
need to
pack.
get some. I need to restock.
Not since the Barbie ones.
Oh, that's my last one.
Oh,
Was that one good, by the way?
It was really good. Yeah.
The reason I ask about the marriage changing, because we've kind of talked about this too. I've been so surprised with how much our relationship has changed in the last year, and that
Yeah.
I am so emotional about it. Like I became more obsessed with him, and I'm just
Yeah.
like, my husband. Like I just did not expect so much of a shift emotionally in my brain about my
Yeah.
person. I had already been with him for 5 years by the time we walked down the aisle. We'd already lived together since 2020. Like you don't think that
Yeah.
anything will change, but literally on the honeymoon, I was just like, what the heck?
Yeah.
How did I find you? How did we get here? And now we're going to do this forever. That's so strange to me.
Yeah.
And now we've been together long enough where I'll look at pictures of him being like, oh my gosh, he's aged. Like I've seen him age now
Yeah.
over the last 5 years. I just saw a picture in 2020. We went on hikes a lot because it was like the only thing in Washington you were allowed to do. And even that got taken away from us by like that Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
But we have this one picture of his birthday hike, and the world had just been shut down, and he looks so different from
Yeah.
just back then. His face has changed so much even then, and I love it. I love that I get to see him age. It's just the strangest process.
Yeah. Definitely. I don't know what it is that changes because I feel
Me neither.
like legally now we're tied. So like no
Commitment's hot.
and like no matter, and not that I didn't feel this way before, like, oh, I'm gonna like put in the work to make this relationship work, but like now it's like
now you gotta.
I'm gonna make like I'm gonna do everything that I can. But I think I would have said that before, but it's like now it's there's just something in the air that's different about
Put
it.
a ring on it.
Lerv.
Yeah. So I don't know.
I love it.
It's been interesting. It was quiet in my 20s just because of lack of money and friends and pandemics and stuff. Not lack of pandemics, but
Good Lord.
I feel like I'm excited to see what the 30s bring.
I'm excited to see what the 30s brings.
Yeah.
Maybe a baby.
What?
We don't know.
Not for me.
I thought, okay.
Oh, we're going to try to have a baby.
Oh, okay.
A baby. A pod baby.
Yeah.
Ooh, I love it.
We'll see.
You gonna tell Mom that before this episode comes out?
She listens to Spousal Obligation.
Yeah,
so.
we talked about it on our last episode.
Oh, okay.
And you should listen to Spousal Obligation.
I just got called out for not listening to Spousal Obligation. Listen.
Only 30 minutes or so.
We need that 7 listeners at the end, please.
Yeah. I'll take all I can get, please.
This has been Black Country.
yeah. Back to this.
Sorry we talked about PBS for so long.
Not sorry.
I'm sorry to talk about my ex-boyfriend for so long. I just wanted to put him on blast, Make sure he remembers.
One day I'll tell my side of that story.
Yes, please.
Okay.
Thanks for your stories about you and your hubby.
Yeah.
So sweet. For the other 7 people that are here listening to us at the end of this episode,
Stop speaking that into existence.
It's already in existence. I'm just acknowledging it. Please like this video. Thank you so much.
14 by now.
Ooh, please do. If you haven't already, we are reading Re-Coil for our book CLURB this month.
By J.T. Nicholas.
By J.T. Nicholas. And I just finished it last night, so we're excited to have that discussion in a couple of episodes. So you have until the end of July to get her done.
Yeah.
Please rate and review us wherever you're at so that we can keep growing and finding more friends.
Mm-hmm.
I am always co-hosted by my sister by blood,
Halsey.
and my sister by blood.
Kelli.
And I'm Bailey. Thanks for listening to Better Contracts. We'll see you on the next one.
Bye.